So breathing is often extremely overlooked, both in preparation for a training session or a workout, but even from day to day, we breathe pretty mindlessly on a consistent basis. We breathe so much throughout the day, but do you really pay attention to how you're breathing, let alone where you're breathing? We hold a lot of our emotional stress and tension in our neck and shoulders. One thing that happens is when we get pent up with stress, we begin to breathe in our chest, taking shallow breaths. And this causes our shoulders and our upper body to consistently be engaged and rise and fall much more than they normally would be if we were focusing on breathing deep into the belly or diaphragmatic breathing. Breathing low into your belly helps expand the lungs to their full capacity so you can take a more satiated breath, a deeper breath, and also strengthen the diaphragm, which is very, very important in stabilizing the pelvic floor and helping keep your body in an optimal upright posture. So today I just want to show you how you can use breathing as a tool to decrease your stress in the middle of the day, at the end of the day, or as a way to begin your day to try and stave off stressors and allow yourself to hone back into this diaphragmatic breathing. And I'll also show you a way that you can add it into a training session, both as a warm-up or as a superset. What you're going to do is just get to a position where it's supporting the back of your calves and you can get your back to be flat down to the floor. You can take a few little wiggles from side to side. Try to just let the arms hang heavy, maybe shake them out once or twice, and then just try to notice how many points of contact you have with the floor and with the box. Trying to let the muscles in the lower back begin to relax. The muscles around the neck and ears softening. Backs of the shoulders reaching down to the floor, so we're opening through the collarbones. So you can stay here as long as you need to, and if this is really speaking to your body and helping you calm down or turn into a bit more of a parasympathetic state and turn down how loud the nervous system is speaking, you can stay here for the whole entire session or however many minutes you need. All we're going to do now is from lying on your backside, bringing a conscious awareness to where you're breathing. So noticing on if you're breathing shallow in your chest or if you feel your belly button rising and falling, and not changing anything yet, but just recognizing where you're breathing. Now, in order to help reinforce and get acclimated to what a diaphragmatic breath feels like, just bring one hand to be just about on your belly button and one hand to be in the middle of your chest, and continue to breathe deeply in and out, but this time trying to get your bottom hand to be the one that moves up and down and your top hand to stay relatively still. Each cycle of breath trying to breathe all the way into the tippy top of your lungs, sucking in every single last piece of breath before fully emptying, breathing until you feel almost empty. And then repeating through, trying to find the top of the breath. What is the largest amount of air that can enter into your lungs, trying to suck in every last little drop. And then a complete exhale, like your belly button is trying to fall down through your tailbone down to the floor. Now, this alone is a very powerful tool to reset how your mind feels, turn down the stress response and put your body in more of a relaxed and creative style state. This is going to turn down a lot of some distressful emotions and put you in a position where you're a little bit more clear, less reactive, a bit more mindful on the actions that are going to be happening after this, just because you're allowing your body to focus on itself and not focus on the 1001 things that you're also focusing on most moments when your eyes are open or when you're moving from task A to B to C. So while you're down here, you can change up the rhythm of how you're breathing. You can begin to box breathe, which is having an equal amount of time for your inhale, pausing after the inhale, exhaling, and then pausing after the exhale. So for an example, you could have all 4 of those components of the breath last for 2 seconds. And then as you get more comfortable with how that feels to expand, pause, contract, pause, and repeat with the lungs, you can increase it to 3, 4, or even 5 seconds. Box breathing would look a little bit something like this. So I'm going to start with my inhale.
and then you can take that and repeat for as long as you like. And upwards of 3 to 5 minutes is a really fantastic amount of time to dedicate to your body and calming your emotional and your mental side down.
If you're feeling like you're constricted in your inhales, like you're not able to get a full deep breath because you're already full of air too early, the next opportunity you have to exhale, try to really empty out to the bottom of your lungs. Sometimes when we're box breathing, we end up holding in some extra oxygen on each cycle, and then it can feel like we're filling up to the top much more quickly than usual. Another way you can help strengthen your diaphragm and become conscious of how you're breathing is to use a balloon. So you're going to get into that same position with your legs supported by the box and making sure that your body is flat and adjusted. Again, noticing how many points of contact you have with the floor. I'm going to take my one hand to be settled right on my lower belly so I can consciously see what's happening with my diaphragm. And I'm going to hold the balloon in my mouth here. The goal now is to take a big, full, deep inhale, and each exhale, I'm going to try and blow the balloon up as large as I possibly can. The goal is, in 3 exhales and 3 inhales, how large can I get this balloon to be? And I'll take anywhere from 3 to 10 balloon fills, depending on what my purpose or what I'm needing for this session. I'll show you 1 or 2. So there's 1. Again, each time trying to get the belly button to rise as high as possible. If you're feeling like you're constricted in your inhales, like you're not able to get a full deep breath because you're already full of air too early, the next opportunity you have to exhale, try to really empty out to the bottom of your lungs. Sometimes when we're box breathing, we end up holding in some extra oxygen on each cycle, and then it can feel like we're filling up to the top much more quickly than usual. So what you'll notice is once you take some of those really conscious big inhales and exhales, you'll feel pretty invigorated with some energy. I personally, just by taking those few right on camera, am feeling much more uplifted, feeling a bit more vigor, and feeling a bit more clear and bubbly in the brain, if you will. So feel free to add this into a morning wake-up routine, a midday reinvigoration into the afternoon, maybe in combination with a little bit of coffee, and especially before a workout to help you get a little bit more mentally prepared and focus on what's happening in the moment, right in this moment, and dissociating whatever the heck else is happening during your day, so you can focus on your body and making sure that you're focusing on yourself and living better every day. Take care, and I hope this helps.